Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. On Friday, the 17th of July, the Jamaican business process outsourcing company ITEL BPO hosted its second job fair at the duty-free complex at Point Seraphine. Scores of people turned out in hopes of being selected when the process is complete. Many indicated that at such a time, any form of employment will be more than welcomed. Genevieve Gonzague has more.
ITEL BPO, a Jamaican business process outsourcing company, is hosting its second job fair on Friday, 17th July, here at Duty Free Complex at Point Seraphine. The turnout in Castries was just as great as in Beaufort and therefore brings into sharp focus the issue of unemployment in St. Lucia. Hot 7 was able to speak with two young men who participated in the job fair. Both Josiah Bissett and Anje Etienne say they are praying that they can secure jobs at this new company and lamented the competitiveness of the current job market given that many other people are unemployed due to COVID-19. Etienne is nonetheless optimistic.
I chose to come to the job fair for many reasons. One personal reason, because of the current situation, my parents are currently locked out of the country. So I am all home. I'm home all alone with some guides and some friends to help me around. So I came to take this opportunity to help and better my opportunities in St. Lucia. Well, I am quite hopeful because so far, before COVID, I have been quite active in terms of internships and being educating myself in certain work environments. As well as school, I went to Sir Arthur and I currently have an associate's degree, so I'm quite hopeful.
Bissett says the job opportunities presented by ITEL BPO are more than welcomed, especially in a time like this.
Right now, we do need a lot of jobs in St. Lucia. So no matter what happens and no matter what kind of help we can get, it is a good initiative. Even if it's not St. Lucian based, it is good to actually have other companies come in to actually bring their actual workforce in the country to actually create jobs for people.
Many applicants praised the company for keeping with COVID-19 protocol. Hot 7 was informed that the walkthrough of the business was kept to at least 20 minutes and only approximately 30 people were allowed in at any time. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
Now, hundreds of St. Lucians are set to gain employment as the latest investment company opens up for business. You just heard about ITEL BPO, and according to the government, the business will be able to offer at least 750 jobs in the first quarter of 2021.
The COVID-19 pandemic has left no economy untouched. Having changed the way business is conducted the world over, many have indicated that it is not all bad as new opportunities have surfaced. Founder and chairman of ITEL BPO, Ioni Epstein, said this rings true for the business, which is one of the Caribbean's largest homegrown business process outsourcers, offering management solutions. He noted that the business is now able to commit to some 750 jobs by the first quarter of 2021. The pandemic, he indicated, has made evident to clients that they must diversify their vendors and locations. And as such, they have asked that ITEL BPO put some of their businesses in St. Lucia. The clients include one telecommunications company, for which training has already commenced, to create some 150 jobs. Two retail giants with training to begin in August, and another telecommunications company looking to commence before the end of 2020.
We have more looking to reap the benefits and the opportunities here in St. Lucia, and we're expecting big things. But we know that the St. Lucian team can achieve these big things because I've seen it before, and I know that with the support of the government and the local private sector, all is well. As a global business, we must think globally, and so must St. Lucia. Together, we will welcome new business, enhance our operational capabilities, and connect people all over the world through technology and the warmth of the St. Lucian people. We'll work together to build economic prosperity and play a role in the new post-COVID world. Today marks the beginning of a shared journey to realize this vision.
Minister for Commerce, Industry, Investment, Enterprise Development and Consumer Affairs Honorable Bradley Felix describes the opening of ITEL BPO in St. Lucia as an important milestone that represents a new phase in Vieux Fort's development and the economic advancement of St. Lucia as a whole. The minister noted that the trickle-down benefits will be felt throughout the various sectors as the government continues to take the necessary steps to develop St. Lucia, improving the lives of all citizens.
Local providers of telecom, electricity, water, and other technical services also stand to benefit tremendously from ITEL BPO's investment here. It is through collaboration and the innovations and investments of progressive companies like ITEL BPO that the government can take meaningful steps in shaping the ambitious economic policies that we believe are crucial at this time. It is a strategic, long-term commitment meant to transform the whole economy and also to harness the opportunities presented by emergent technologies and new industries. Partnership between business and government is vital if we want to make St. Lucia the best place in the region to start or grow your business.
Chief Executive Officer, CEO of Invest St. Lucia, Roderick Sherry, indicated that extensive research has gone into the sector to determine how St. Lucia could benefit. The addition of ITEL BPO, according to the CEO, brings Invest St. Lucia closer to achieving its goal of 3,000 BPO seats by 2020. Invest St. Lucia aims to secure 5,000 seats by 2021.
We firmly believe that St. Lucia has the capacity to tap into the global BPO sector, and we intend to work even harder at boosting those job numbers by attracting more investors to our shores in 2021 and beyond. One of our major strategies has been facilitating BPO investments from start to finish and assisting existing ones to expand. ISL also promotes St. Lucia vigorously as an ideal location for BPO by continuously reaching out to prospective investors, attending international conferences and trade shows, and inviting investors to experience St. Lucia for themselves, its culture and business environment. All of this has helped to spur growth in our BPO sector. Currently, we have 7 different BPO companies operating locally.
The ribbon-cutting ceremony was held on the 15th of July 2020 in Vieux Fort, where the business has established its base.
President of the Vendors Association, Peter Ras Iper Isaac, says the issue of wanting to reopen the Castries Craft Market is not exactly a bad one, as there are vendors who sell to the local market. He says what most of the vendors are concerned about is whether the CCC has a proper reopening plan with adequate health and safety protocols. More in this report.
Craft market vendors met with executives of the Castries City Council on Thursday to discuss whether or not the Castries Craft Market should reopen. President of the Vendors Association, Peter Ras Iper Isaac, has explained that the issue with reopening the market is that there has been no set plan presented to the vendors.
The other thing people are saying is that these markets, since the coronavirus period or insurgence, you have a situation where none of these markets have been power washed or cleaned thoroughly in any way. And when you reopening places like a market where people are mass selling in these places, I think you need to have a plan, and we don't see them telling us about a plan they have for in terms of social distancing, in terms of masks, in terms of so on. They're only asking questions to the people who wants to come out, and if they find enough people to come out to sell, they will open the markets. I don't think that's good enough. I think they need to have a reopening plan, and the reopening plan must involve, the whole question of the protocol in these markets, and if foreigners and other people will be coming there, how the vendors should be dealing with these people.
He says vendors are well aware that they are operating under new parameters and would like to know exactly how they should navigate through this new way of life. He explained that there are many vendors who are willing to come out to sell their goods, as many of them have not been making any money since March and are solely relying on the stimulus package being presented by the government.
So some vendors want to come out, some feel that they could come out. There are vendors who could come out in both markets, both the vendors arcade and the craft market. There are persons who are selling things to the domestic market, not selling everything to tourists. Maybe more than 50% of what they are selling is to the local market or to the domestic market. So these people can go out and open. The other persons who are selling 100% and they're catering especially to the cruise ship passengers and tourists and the foreigners coming in, especially tourists. They have a difficulty in accepting they would open now and to go out there because they think they would be just going out there looking at one another.
Isaac says if the market itself is not opened, vendors who produce for the domestic market can be strategically placed on various streets to aid them in making a dollar. He says in future he would appreciate if the council undertakes such meetings in a more structured manner. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Jenny Hunter.
The director of the Pan American Health Organization is urging countries in the region to be open to the idea of sharing access to life-saving COVID-19 vaccines. Etienne says with the global demand for this vital piece of medical engineering, the region's best chance of ensuring equal access is to pull their resources together. Shaka Wooding reports.
According to Director of the Pan American Health Organization, Dr. Carissa Etienne, as the global community continues to intensify efforts to find a COVID-19 vaccine, it is critical that the region ensures equal access to the life-saving tools as soon as they become available. She disclosed that 20 of the 100 vaccine candidates are currently being tested on volunteers. She says the region can also play a role in hastening the process of vaccine development by engaging in the ongoing trials. However, she underscored that this should be done at the discretion of local health authorities.
It is important that Latin America and the Caribbean join these clinical trials so we can participate in this global effort to accelerate the development of vaccines that are safe and effective for everyone. However, countries should only participate if it is done right, with the adoption of proper regulatory, technical, and ethical measures.
Dr. Etienne says that PAHO funds have been made available as a strategic asset to facilitate the buying and distribution of COVID-19 vaccines as they become available.
The COVAX facility is grounded in the same principles of our revolving fund: shared resources and equitable access at affordable prices. The facility will negotiate on behalf of many countries worldwide with the producers of all promising COVID-19 vaccine candidates. This will enable countries, regardless of their income level, to secure better prices and assume less risk than if they negotiate individually.
She underscores that no country in the region should be left to battle the threat of COVID-19 alone. Jacka Wooding, Hot 7 News.
You're watching the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. There's much more coming up after the break.